All right, I'm going to give it to you one more time so you can understand exactly what I'm talking about. What happens is the Asiatics who have knowledge of themselves listen to the Europeans who are exposing the other Europeans, and they hear what they're saying on a level of, this is what we have to do to combat the Illuminati. Because that's usually who they're talking about having a fight with. You know, they're talking about combating the Illuminati, fighting the rulers, because it's the rulers who are the rich and the ruling class. That's basically who they're going against. And they'll call out names such as Rothschild, yada, yada, yada. Now, inside of those groups, you have groups like the Patriot Movement, things like that. They deal with law and legal issues and lawful issues and things of that nature. So they'll have something in effect to the degree as far as they'll call it, well, let's just say what it is. Straw man, I know you heard of that. You heard straw man, you heard of sovereignty, you heard citizen with a big C, citizen with a little c, you heard state with a big S, corporate, state with a little s, the people, things of that nature. We the people, and how it went from we the people to a corporation to DC and the enclave. Alright, so everybody that knows that science knows exactly what I'm talking about. Those who don't know that science, then you know the other side of it, which is called Illuminati. In the nation they would say 10%. The 10%, the Mason. You know, that's the same people. Because when they say in the Mason and masonry, you know, that's like slang for saying masonry, Masonic order, lodge, whatever the case may be, right? Just so you know what's going down in the hood. Because some people aren't from the hood, so they don't understand the language or the slang in the language of how it's being used, and they mistake it for other things. But now let's look at the overall picture. The point where I'm getting to is to let you see that when we as people, conscious or unconscious, however you see it, take these degrees from the European, and when we are applying them, the part we forget is we're applying them the way that the other Europeans apply when they're teaching their other European brothers how to break out of the system. And you can't use their way of doing it because the parameters are not the same. In other words, their plight is not our plight on simple things like if you're a European and you're dealing with big C citizen versus little c citizen versus state versus we the people, Constitution, Bill of Rights, United States codes, UCC is really what they would deal with on their side, which would be UCC, Uniform Commercial Code, Bill of Rights, Constitution, independence. They'll bear witness. The independence and things of that nature. All right, George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. That would be 1865. The 14th, 15th Amendment, citizen people. You know, it goes into King's English versus Queen's English. You know, people speaking Queen's English, but the lawyers and all of them are speaking King's English, and then they use certain Latin terms to represent other meanings of things that they are using in the legal system to control the people. All right? Or kill the people, you know, hurt the people, take them out, take over their land, whatever the case may be. Stealing, grave robbers, and you know, and then our people turn right around and help. But this is what the point is. The point is that instead of looking at the degree and manifesting it to your people and to yourself, and the way you manifest it back the same way that the European is doing it, that's the error. I'm going to show you why. Simple thing like, if my name is Cole Pepper, Poole, Johnson, I might have a first name Bartholomew, you know, I might be named something like that. Those are, in and of themselves, the colonizers' names. Right? Culpeper, McAllister. That ain't your nation's name. That's not the name of your nation. Your ancestors. That is not his name. We have substitute names, but we be hard for us to find, you know, our real name. But we have substitute names. We use, you know, ancient texts to strive to get as close as we can to where we once were. But I mean, it's almost next to impossible to get it, you know, totally right and exact. But you can get close. You can get close to all of your ancient teachings, because all of the books and writings haven't been destroyed. They're still there for you to gather up. But like I was saying, once you understand those simple texts, then you know that you can't attack the subject the same way they are. And I'm talking about the major players like Jim Mars and all them. What they're saying, they're exposing the truth. That's the truth. That is what's happening. They know what they're talking about. Alex Jones and all them, they're exposing the 10%. Now my thing is, I want to look and see who these 10% are. That's why I listen to David Icke and them tell me, well, who? Because we already knew that the 10% was rich slave makers of the poor. We knew that. We knew that they were the ones who gave you a mystery God and all that. Right? But the degree itself does not actually tell you who they are. It just tells you what they do so that you can follow the breadcrumbs. You can follow the trail up. Now, if you follow the trail up, it comes to places like well-known names that we know about. Everybody know about the Rothschilds, but it's deeper than that, because they changed their name, they got married, they did this, they did that. So that's just one figurehead name that you hear, but that's not the whole enchilada, you feel me? That's not everything. You're not getting the whole package deal. No, you're not. You're missing some parts. The parts that you're missing, get a set of 120 to fill in them blanks, you feel me? Because that's the stuff that they don't have. Because who you going to get major information from? You probably getting it from the ruler or his people who defected from him. But you ain't got nobody on your side that's you that got some high-powered shit that your people did that they don't know about, or if they did know about, they ain't telling you. That's what I'm talking about. That's why you need to set a 120. Because it'll set you up in a manner that you'll be able to do the knowledge to those degrees by those other people. But you'll be able to apply it to your what? Self. Because you'll have the missing part, like your name was taken, your culture was taken, your creed was taken, your family background was taken, your genealogy was taken, your tree was taken, your land was taken, your identity was taken. You don't even know who you are. Because you probably said, well, my name is Michael Mills. Okay. Michael is an English name from England. It gets its roots in Italy. And it came from the archangel. That's why it ends in eel. See? So you can see they go, some of their stuff run back to us. But then they'll have a name like Culpeper. And they don't run into nothing. What that run into? Coal. I guess you could say coal and pepper. Yeah. Still, coal come from the original man. He's the one that first founded it. And pepper definitely is a spice. You know. So I'm saying, you know, they like names like Bear. My name is Bear. You are supposed to have attributes. You feel me? Like they say in the hood, attribute, nigga. Feel me? So you gotta be able to be bilingual in America. You gotta be able to talk hood, and you have to be able to pronounce every word. Like that guy said on Boondock, you gotta be able. He say, white people pronounce every word. Now I took it to the next level. They not only pronounce every word, they pronounce every syllable, son, and every vowel. They say every letter in the alphabet. You know, not like we cut things short because we got to flow. So we making it flow. But the fact of the matter is, what I'm getting down to the bottom line is, most of that, and I hate to say it, but most of that UCC, fight the IRS, you know, that's their war with their brothers and sisters. That's their war. That ain't your war. You ain't got nothing to do with that war. And plus, that shit don't really work all that great. I mean, what they're saying is right and exact, and it is the truth, that the 14th Amendment, that story they got with that, the 16th Amendment, the First Amendment, the 14th and 15th Amendment citizen, all that shit is right and exact. They telling the truth. What I'm saying is, that's a philosophical, theological philosophy in law. The spirit of the law, as they would call it, manifests as that when you interpret it. But the practical application of what they're using is under statutes. And the Constitution has been suspended. That's a fact. So when you going at them with constitutional law, they don't want to say it's been suspended, but in actuality, they right when they saying it's in Admiralty Court and all that other good shit, the high seas and everything. All that what they saying is right and exact. But the system itself is not going to let you do it. We would come out better as a people if we all just kind of like do certain things together. Like the lessons were already set up for our political arguments and how we could politically smash the system. We just do one simple thing. Let's just start off with the basics. Everybody in the original nation, if you think of yourself as the original man, as the black man, as the Asiatic, as Moors, Kemet, I mean, even if you think of yourself as the real nigga, the one that the white man called nigga, if you think of yourself as that, you can even say, I'm a nigga, I'm a black motherfucker, I'm an African American, whichever one. They're all the same people, they're just different degrees of the same person. If you think of yourself as that, and I want to say this before I say the key, but if we ever do come together, we are going to be a force to be reckoned with. They're not going to be able to fuck with this. We that motherfucking bad, you know. But the key is, I mean, we just do something simple like, let's not eat no more pork. That'll hit them in 2 hits. It'll make your health better, and it'll fuck the pork belly market up. I mean, you really want to hit me in the head. Don't eat no beef neither. Dog, the chicken ain't right and exact either based on the Bible. You feel me? So if you bang him in the head that way, now say if you said to yourself, I just gotta have me some chicken, because you know niggas gotta eat chicken. Finger licking good. Then get your own chickens alive and feed them. And you'll know what they ate. And make them free range. And then, you know, let them reproduce and whatever, and then you do it that way. You eat your chicken like that. You feel me? That's about one of the easiest things you can do. And with that, I'm going to say peace, because I'm already over. This shit say 14 something. They only let you do 14. But, you know, I could break the motherfucker down into 2s and just cut all this part out and just keep it motherfucking rolling. You know, fuck stopping. This shit is getting live. You feel me? Yeah, you know, I'm like, hey, I can let this shit roll. See, the only thing I don't like about this camera is, this camera doesn't focus good on things. Like, you gotta like leave it at a certain, it ain't gonna never be able to do it like that other one. You could read with that one, you know, but it is what it is. It's a backup unit.
You said enchilada.
Well, enchilada, well, that's just for enchilada. 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 What I said that for? Get the whole enchilada, is that what I said?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, okay. Let me make a comeback on that too, because I'm gonna add that on to it.